morning.
Good day.
How are you this beautiful day? Is it this a beautiful morning?
Very.
Hasty post, how's this?
That's an awfully elegant pose, but is all that elegance necessary?
And why not? I represent Marichex, don't I? We're not a butcher shop or a hardware store. We're a perfumery, and that means we're
stylish.
That's it.
With a quiet dignity.
Yes, and we get the tilt of our hats right.
That's right.
When I ride my bike, people see what Marichex like. So I think it's very important that I look my best.
And how many people have you run over today?
Not one.
Well, it's early.
Here comes Miss Ritter. She spent the night with Mr. Kodai.
Again?
They always kiss goodbye at the newsstand. Then she walks around the block to make us think she's been home.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this glorious day? Have you seen a lovelier morning?
Never.
Oh, it's too nice a day to be inside shuffling soap. I have no more energy whatsoever. Anybody mind if I take the day off? Arpad, why aren't you old enough to take me away from all this?
I'm old enough.
Then marry me, and I'll quit my job. No, I'm afraid you aren't quite old enough.
Well, it won't be long, though. I'm catching up. You know, Miss Horvath always used to say that I'd get to be 35 before you ever did.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this radiant day? What a rare, magnificent morning.
Is it?
Ah, good morning, my dear. How are you this ravishing day? Did you know you've never looked more exquisite?
Thank you, kind sir.
What a lovely dress.
It's the same dress she had on yesterday, Mr. Kodai.
Ah, Mr. Novak.
Good morning.
Good day.
Isn't that a beautiful sky? What a perfect sample of summer weather. It's too nice a day to be indoors counting out change. What a waste of holiday weather all together. Let's all run away.
Wouldn't it be something if we all took off from work?
Leaving Mr. Maricheck without a single clerk.
Why not have a picnic?
I could bring my wife's preserves.
Champagne might be nice with hors d'oeuvres.
It's too nice a day to be stuck inside the store. We should all be getting our faces suntan. It's so nice a day to be dozing under a tree. And we'll all be out of a job.
If it costs that much to get suntan.
I'll stay untanned.
Pale, solvent.
A picnic.
A picnic.
Oh well. Well, Mr. Novak, was the chicken the usual success?
What?
Your weekly dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Maricheck.
Oh, yes.
Well, did you talk to Mr. Maricheck about replacing Miss Horvath?
I mentioned it. Absolutely not. After all, the way business has been lately.
Well, yes, but it's bound to pick up now that Hammerschmidt's is closed.
Did you ever try their hand cream? I wonder if it's any good.
Good. My dear woman, my wife's been using their products for years. In fact, I often wonder why theirs are so much better than everyone else's.
You should know, Mr. Maricheck.
Good morning, Mr. Maricheck.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Maricheck.
Good morning.
morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Maricheck.
morning. Good day.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Good day, madam. May I help you?
I would like to see a
Face like yours.
cracked.
What we
Do
carry.
you have cream for
Cherry red skin.
Now I see what you mean.
You would look enchanting.
Lips.
Glamorous as garbo.
Big mouth.
I would recommend
That today.
On sale, did you say?
Put a little lipstick.
on your nose.
Twice.
Morning and evening. And a little brush for combing my
Teeth.
Absolutely.
Wrap it up and send it. Thank you so much.
Is there something else before you go?
Yes. What have I forgotten? I know there was something else. Something for my husband. Really doesn't matter. Let's get back to me. I could also use a bottle of hair.
We have a splendid
Here's an inexpensive perfume called
brand.
I've never used one.
If you want to clip your,
earlobe.
you may want to dye your hangnails.
Dab a little on your
Husband's face.
Won't he be surprised? I would like an eyebrow under my chin. There is an idea
Madam, I am filled with
Very soft soap.
that should do it. Wrap it up in charges. Thank you so much.
Always such a pleasure seeing you.
Thank you, madam. Please call again to
Call again, madam. Did you see that? It looks like business is picking up. Ladislav, I got another letter today. Ooh, from her? Oh, it's so beautiful. I've just got to read it to you. Oh, well, did she enclose a snapshot this time? Does she say anything about meeting you face to face? Well, we're doing that very soon. Just listen to this. Dear friend, yesterday morning I ran through the rain to the post office. I had the key in my hand, the key to box 1433, trembling. I opened the door and reached inside, and oh, my dear friend, there you were. I took you out of the box. I held you in my hand for a moment. And then I quietly sat down, gently opened you, and read you.
Mr. Seapost,
Yes, sir.
could you spare me one of your stomach pills?
Well, of course, sir.
Thank you. Now, do you know whose fault this is?
No, sir.
Yours.
Oh, mine.
Every time you come to dinner, Mrs. Marichek tries to fatten you up. She has the cook make dumplings and cream gravy. And what happens? You stay thin, I get heartburn.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
George, it's time you were married. Haven't you had enough of living in furnished rooms, running around to cabarets and dance halls?
Mr. Marichek, I haven't been to a dance hall in years.
Oh, I know what you bachelors are like. Remember, I was once one myself. And oh, what a bachelor. Young, strong. Oh, I was something in days gone by. With some girl who just happened to catch my eye. Slim, straight, light on my feet. Shoes just skimming the ground. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around. All night circling the floor till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I in days gone by. And then I met Mrs. Marichek, and ever since I've been only with her. I bet you find that incredible.
Oh, well, Mrs. Marichek's a beautiful woman.
Young, strong. Oh, I was something in days gone by.
But the fact is, I'm a terrible dancer.
With some girl who just happened to catch my
I
eye.
can do it with my hands. It's just
Slim, straight, light on my feet. Shoes just skimming the
Oh,
ground.
Lord.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, follow the beat. Around, around, around. Let's run out.
Whoa.
And go back to three, back to
smile.
Very good, George.
That's it, Mr. Novak.
And back to
Relax.
That's it, short.
All night circling the floor till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I in days gone by. Take my advice, George. Find yourself one person to dance with. You don't have to change partners every night.
Mr. Marichek,
Or even every other night. You just think it's necessary.
Mr. Marichek.
Ah, here they are.
What?
A little surprise for you.
What is it?
It's a genuine leather box. Wait. Listen. Isn't that lovely? Here. You try it.
I don't know. What else does it do?
What do you mean, what else does it do? It's a genuine leather musical cigarette box. And only 10 and 6. How's that for a bargain?
Oh, who's gonna buy it?
I can see you're in a difficult mood today. Let's ask some of the others around here and get their honest opinions. Mr. Cephos. Mr. Kodai,
Yes, sir.
tell me, will it sell?
Well, I can't imagine why not, sir. I'd go even further. I'd say it'll make music lovers out of cigarette smokers, and cigarette smokers out of music lovers.
Thank you, Mr. Kodai.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
Now, George, I'll make you a bet. I'll bet you 10 and 6. We'll sell the first of these boxes within 1 hour.
Oh, I don't want to take your money, sir.
10 and 6, 1 hour. No more, no less. Is it a bet?
Well,
He's not so confident now.
oh, it's a bet.
You will pay through the nose, you will pay through the nose. Good day, madam. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like a large tube of Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa cold cream. Certainly, madam. Isn't that lovely?
Is 7 and 4 the largest size, or is there a larger?
We also have a 9 and 6.
I'd like to see it.
This is a musical cigarette box.
Do you carry flowers of spring in the 1 ounce bottle?
A 1 ounce bottle. Certainly, madam. Mr. Cephos, your customer.
Yes, sir. Over here, madam.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Who to see about returning this jar of sour face cream?
Oh, Mr. Kodai, your customer.
Right this way, ma'am.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Oh, yes.
We have a complete stock of soaps, perfume, shampoos,
No.
bath oils, bath salts,
No.
cold creams, face creams, nail polish,
No.
brushes, hard, soft, and medium,
No.
toilet water. We have a special this week on roses of Italy. Here, I'll show you.
Thursday, good. I'll stop by for it.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you, madam. Please call again to call again, madam.
Here, let me spread a little on your hand.
No.
No.
Actually, see, I'm not going to buy anything. Not today. I'm not going to buy anything. Is Mr. Marichek here?
He's in the back
Wait,
room.
I don't mind, really. I'll just sit right
Perhaps
here.
I could help you.
I don't think so.
I'm afraid he's quite busy.
Then I'll wait. I don't mind, really. I'll just sit right here quietly and wait till he's free.
May I ask the nature of your business?
I think I'd better speak to Mr. Marichek personally.
Very well. May I have your name, please?
Bolish. Amalia Bolish.
Very well, Miss Bolish. I'll tell him you're here.
Oh, just one thing. Miss Horvath, the one who used to work here, who's having a baby, she hasn't been replaced yet, has she?
Are you looking for a job?
Well, I guess you could call it that, yes. I'm a very good sales girl. Really, I am. I'm very good, and I know the parfumery business inside and out. I worked at Hammersmith for 5 years. 5 years and 8 months, and they were always very satisfied with me. I have a letter here signed by Mr. Hammersmith himself. It says Miss Bolish is honest, dependable, dedicated. Dedicated. It's here somewhere. It says she also has an abundance of those qualities which go towards making her a superior salesperson. I highly recommend her, signed, Herman Hammersmith. Oh, here.
Well, I'm sure it's just as you say. However, we are not replacing Miss Horvath at the moment. So, if you would like to leave your name...
Bolish. Amalia Bolish.
Right, and if anything were to come up...
I'd like to speak to Mr. Marichek, please.
Listen, if it's only about a job...
Please.
I'm sorry, it just can't be done.
What can't be done? At Meritech, nothing is impossible. Perhaps I can help.
She wants a job.
What?
I know this business. I worked at Hammerschmidt's.
I'm sorry.
I have a letter signed by Mr. Hammerschmidt himself.
Simply have a question.
I'm honest, dependable, dedicated.
Really, George, you couldn't handle this without having to call me in.
I'm a very good sales girl.
If you'll excuse me.
Really, I am. I'm very good. Aren't these marvelous boxes? And only 10 and 6, can you imagine?
Well, what are they for?
Candy.
Candy?
Why, yes, madam. It's the latest thing, and just look at the workmanship.
A musical candy box?
Why, yes, madam. It combines the 3 elements of good taste. Attractive to the eye, attractive to the ear, and functional.
Functional? How?
How? Well, let me tell you. This little box has been a lifesaver to many, many women who have a tendency to overweight. And don't we all? We sit at home reading a good book or listening to a symphony, and without even realizing it, our hand slips into the candy box. We become indiscreet, eating sweet after sweet, though we know all too well where that may lead. So this box was designed with the 2 of us in mind, as the kind of reminder we need. When you easily go music plays like a disapproving nod, and it sings in your ear, no more candy, my dear. In a way, it's a little like the voice of God.
I'll take it.
Oh, thank you, madam.
That'll be 3 and 8 for the large jar of face
And
cream.
10 and 6 for the box. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
You're hired, miss.
Bolish. Amalia Bolish.
Welcome to Meritech's Miss Bolish. And now, Mr. Novak, if you please.
14 and 4, 14 and 5, 15.
Your packages, madam?
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Do call again, madam.
Dear friend, when a day brings petty aggravations and my poor frayed nerves are all askew, I forget these unimportant matters, pouring out my hopes and dreams to you. As I rest my pen and look around me, I can see the summer disappear. Oh, dear friend, all at once, autumn's here.
Good morning, Miss Ritter.
Oh, good morning, Arpad.
Oh, look. Autumn.
Ah, Alona! Here we are on this first October day, the quintessence of autumn. I hope you've forgiven me about our little misunderstanding last night. I just can't bear it when we quarrel, can't you, darling? Truthfully.
Go to hell.
Dear friend, so share? Do you feel an undertone of discord and the sense of tension in the air?
Mr. Novak, must this sidewalk always be covered with leaves?
No, sir, but Mr. Marichek, if it weren't for your endearing letters, I'd be flying south with all the geese. By the way, have you read War and Peace?
Good morning, Mr. Novak.
Ah, congratulations, Miss Polish. I see you're on time today.
I'm so sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, but I'm not disappointed. Far from it. Well, let's just call it surprise.
They always argue. Why is that?
A simple chemical reaction. You see, sometimes when two people like each other very much.
They like each other?
Well, I think so.
They like each other very much? Well, don't you think we should tell them?
Harpad, my boy, they'd never believe us.
Oh, look! Winter.
Dear friend, have you set your calendar for Tuesday when we bring this chapter to a close? When I meet my lady of the letters, look with tiny faces in her O's.
In the freezing weather of December, I'll be warmly waiting for our date. Until then, count the hours. Oh, I'm late for work. I'm late. Oh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I very late? Did Mr. Novak say anything? Where is he? In the workroom.
Ooh, you're all new. The shoes, the dress, the hat.
Top to bottom. I'm surprised you recognized me. Do I look all right?
Oh, you look lovely. Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Oh, yeah, you look
Wonderful.
It took me 3 hours to get dressed this morning. That's why I'm so late.
Oh, I have a feeling our little Miss Ballish must be in love. And you have a rendezvous with him this evening?
How do you know?
Mr. Kodai is an expert on love, which is really quite remarkable considering he's never been in it.
Good morning, Miss Polish.
He didn't yell at me. What's wrong with him?
He's got other things on his mind. Mr. Marichek's very upset.
He is again?
And you know who gets the worst of it.
Mr. Novak,
Yes,
question
sir.
for you. Do you see this?
Yes,
You know what this is?
of course. It's a tube of Mona Lisa cold cream.
Here, you try it.
The back came off.
I was under the impression it was your responsibility to ensure those were filled correctly. Now, if that responsibility is too much for you, Mr. Novak,
Mr. Marichek,
or perhaps it's the tubes. Are they defective?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Then it wouldn't be asking too much to ensure the cream comes out the right end?
No, sir, it wouldn't be asking too much.
Thank you, Mr. Novak. That's all I needed.
George! Your coat. There is still Mona Lisa on it.
Oh, thank you, Ladislav.
You're so nervous. I can feel you vibrating.
Well, it's a new suit, Ladislav. I've never worn it to work before.
Well, what's the occasion?
The biggest ever. I'm meeting her tonight.
The letter girl! Face to face at last.
Face to face at last.
Well, George, I just hope she lives up to your expectations.
You know what, Ladislav? I hope she doesn't. And I mean, I hope she's not as beautiful as I think she is, or as intelligent as I think she is, because then what will she think of me? Just a very ordinary clerk in a very ordinary shop and a terrible liar.
A liar?
The things I wrote in those letters.
You lied?
Yeah, well, I certainly exaggerated things a bit.
No wonder you're vibrating.
I'm nervous and upset. Because this girl I've never met, I get to meet tonight at 8. I'm taking her to dinner at a charming old cafe, but who can eat tonight at 8? It's early in the morning and our date is not till 8 o'clock tonight, and yet already I can see what a nightmare this whole day will be. I haven't slept a wink, I only think of our approaching tete-a-tete tonight at 8. I feel a combination of depression and elation. What a state to wait till 8. 3 more minutes, 2 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. In spite of all I've written, she may not be very smitten, and my hopes perhaps may all collapse kaput tonight at 8.
George, the music box. Ooh, give it to me.
I wish I knew exactly how I'll act and what will happen when you dine tonight at 8. I'll know I'll drop the silverware, but will I spill the water or the wine tonight at 8? Tonight I'll walk right up and sit right down beside the smartest girl in town, and then it's anybody's guess. More and more I'm breathing less and less. In my imagination, sit there I can hear our conversation taking shape tonight at 8. I'll sit there saying absolutely nothing, or I'll jabber like an ape tonight at 8. 3 more minutes, 2 more seconds, 10 more hours to go. I'll know when this is done if something's ended or begun, and if it goes alright, who knows, I might propose tonight at 8.
This is fun. I love Christmas wrapping.
Certainly is a pleasant change. You know, for the past month, I've done practically nothing but fill those darn tubes of Mona Lisa.
Well, what do you care? You're in love with some nice, eligible young man. Pretty soon you'll be able to kiss all of this goodbye. Tell me, what's he like? Tell me all about him. I love to suffer.
Well,
Is he tall?
so-so.
So 6 feet, so 5 feet.
I've never measured.
Color of hair, color of eyes.
Sandy hair, not really light, not really dark.
And the eyes?
Bluish greenish.
Brownish?
A little.
Is he handsome?
You know, it's hard to say. At times he is, and then again at times he's not.
Well built?
Average.
Can I offer you a piece of good advice? Don't lose him in a crowd.
Why am I such an unconvincing liar? The fact is, I've never met him, really, ever.
Never?
That's why I don't know if he's tall, wide, short, narrow, pink, green, or even what his name is.
You mean all this fuss for just a blind date? My God, you're even more desperate than I am.
It's not a blind date. I know him.
How?
The letters, the many letters.
Oh, you belong to a Lonely Hearts Club?
I've never done that sort of thing before. I mean, I used to read the advertisements in the papers.
Who hasn't? Young man wants young lady wants young man.
But I had never taken them seriously until one day I saw his advertisement. Even then, I tried not to answer it really, but it just kept calling out to me.
He could be 75!
Oh no. The advertisement says young man.
You haven't even asked for a photograph?
I don't know his name or what he looks like. Exactly what he is. Certain guy. I can tell exactly what he looks like inside. When I undertook this correspondence, little did I know I'd grow so fond. Little did I know our views would so correspond. successful and terribly well educated, and he's kind and gentle and soft-spoken. I know all of this about him and so much more. I've just never met him. That's all. He writes his name with
It doesn't much matter, but his personal habits are more important than his looks. Supposing he snores like a locomotive, supposing he grinds his teeth, supposing he's a knuckle cracker. Good luck with your books.
He thinks as I, he feels as I, he shares the same ideal as I. I'll never find
Maybe it doesn't matter at that. Maybe I do much better myself with a library card.
And I don't need to see his handsome brown eyes. I don't need to see his manly frame.
I was taken in by
All I
someone's
need to
frame.
know is in each letter
How I could use
one long revealing letter. I couldn't love him much better if I knew his name.
I knew his name.
What's in a
Mr. Novak, perhaps you can help me.
Yes, sir?
I'm looking for the Christmas decorations, and I don't see them.
Oh, well, we haven't started those yet. I was thinking maybe talking to you about it in a day or two.
George, I'm sick and tired of you running to me like a baby about every little matter that comes up.
Mr. Marichek, that's not fair.
Excuse me, George.
Kindly inform all the employees they'll have to stay late tonight. Now, is that clear, even to you?
Yes, sir, it's perfectly clear. However, I'm afraid I can't make it. I have an appointment.
Excuse me.
I can say Thursday night, Friday, Saturday night.
That's quite all right. I can assure you we'll get along splendidly without you. Thank you, Mr. Novak. That's all.
That's not all, Mr. Marichek. For the past month, I can't seem to do anything right. Everything's changed. What is it? Is it me? Is it you? If my work is bad now, it's been bad for the past 15 years. I don't know why the hell you waited to now start telling me.
How dare you raise your voice in this shop? Clumsy idiot.
Thank you, madam. Please call again.
Do call again, madam.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
I had to stop that argument before you did something foolish, like resigning.
Well, I'm not quite sure I appreciate that.
Oh, I didn't do it for you, George. I did it for me. Who knows? If you resign, your successor might take one look at me and ask himself, "What's that oaf doing in this fancy perfumery?"
Oh, but you're a great clerk, Ladislav.
I'm an idiot, but at least I'm an idiot with a job. Call me fool, that's all right with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Where's my pride, swallowed long ago, deep inside, where it doesn't show. Bowing, scraping, nodding, beaming, always humble. His white ounce of self-respect. Yes, sir, you're so white, sir. Black is white, sir. Excuse me while I genuflect. How do I remain so calm and cheerful? How do I retain my peace of mind? Let me just explain my rationale. It's all in your perspective. Listen to an old Hungarian's philosophy. I am only one of several and a rather small perfume, which is only one of several in the city. Which is one of many cities in this country, which is only one of many countries which are on this continent, which is only one of 7 on this not so special planet, which is one of many in our solar system, which is only one of many solar systems in this vast and inconceivable affair known as the universe. So, in this infinite, incomprehensible scheme, if a dot called Marichek should scream, had a speck called C-pose, what on earth does it matter? So, call me fool, that's alright with me. Here's my rule, never disagree. Where's my pride? Swallowed long ago, deep inside where it doesn't show. Just maintain a true perspective, and it's easy to avoid a clash of wills. Just maintain a true perspective, and make sure you're well supplied with stomach pills. Let me put it bluntly, I'm a coward with a wife and children to support. Actually, my creed is short and simple. 5 essential words, George. Do not lose your job.
Miss Ritter. Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Ritter.
What?
Well, that's going to be a charge. Here's the lady's name.
Just the name after such a long conversation, no telephone number?
Well, I don't need it. She's got mine.
Oh, while I have everyone here, Miss Bolish, Mr. Marichek wants us to stay late tonight
Why?
to help with Christmas decorations. All right?
Of course.
Guess so.
Good day, madam. May I help you?
Mr. Novak. Mr. Novak, I can't stay.
Why?
I've got a date. You know I've got a date.
Oh, I know no such thing.
How can you say that? Why do you think I'm wearing these new clothes to trim a tree in?
I'm only following Mr. Marichek's instructions.
I can't stay.
You are not being very cooperative, Miss Bolish.
Well, why did he have to pick this one night? Or did you pick it, Mr. Novak, because you knew I had an appointment?
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Do call again, madam.
You know, I find it quite depressing that anybody could hate me so much.
I don't hate you, Miss Bolish, but since you've arrived here, this was a happy and peaceful place. And now look around you. The entire atmosphere's changed. Everyone's cranky. Mr. Marichek's on the warpath.
That's not my fault.
The Mona Lisa's coming out the wrong end of the tube.
And that's not my fault. Is it?
You've been filling them!
According to your instructions.
Well, let's not talk about it now. Can we have a truce, Miss Bolish?
Anytime, Mr. Novak. After all, you're always the one who starts things. Ooh.
Oh, I'm the one.
You've always resented me from the first day I came here when I made you lose that bet to Mr. Marichek. For 10 and 6, was it? To think anybody could hate me so much just for 10 and 6.
That's nonsense.
Or was it your male pride that was wounded because I went over your head? Men always do seem to resent things like that.
I do not resent you, Miss Bolish.
Yes, you do.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I do not resent you. But if I did, I would have very good reason. Can you deny that you had not worked here more than 2 weeks before you started making very public, very humiliating remarks about me?
Only because you were going around calling me Miss A. Malyabolish. Miss A. Malyabolish. Do you think I liked that?
Do you think I liked you criticizing my socks, my tie, my fingernails?
Much better.
Oh, that has got to be the most difficult, worst-tempered girl in the world!
Good day, ladies. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to see Lily scented soap.
Oh, Mr. Novak, hard at work as usual, I see.
Oh, good day, ladies. May I help you?
Have you made the arrangements about tonight?
Yes, sir. Miss Ritter, Mr. Kodai, and Mr. Sipos can all stay, and Arpad, of course.
What about Miss Bolish?
She has an appointment.
Oh, an appointment. Well, I guess you could hardly prevail upon her to stay when you're not.
Any other night, Mr. Marichek.
It seems there are a great many things that interest you far more than your position here, Mr. Novak.
Mr. Marichek, I am devoted to this shop. I couldn't work harder if I owned it.
If you owned it. Let me tell you something, dear friend. No matter what you do, you will never get your hands on this shop. Never. Not if I have to come down from heaven and stop you myself. Now, is that clear?
Yes, sir, it's perfectly clear.
Good. Now just get away.
I will get away, and permanently!
Oh, can I take that as your resignation?
That's exactly what it is.
Very well, I accept. Effective immediately. Miss Ritter will have your final pay.
Is this the medium or the large size?
The large size.
Then get me the medium, and I don't have all day.
Yes,
I would like a cake of Castile soap and a powder of shampoo. Is there a sale on money and a hairnet? Oh, but how much do you charge me, Mona Lisa? Can you
Mr. Novak, are you leaving?
Well, it should be good news to you, Miss Polish. Very good news. I won't be arguing with you anymore. I just quit my job.
Why?
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't have much choice.
I don't know what to say.
Then don't say anything. Especially not that you're sorry. Let's not end our relationship on that false note. Goodbye, Miss Polish.
Mr. Novak, may the condemned woman have one last word? I never wish you harm, ever. You've got to believe that.
I believe you, Miss Polish. And may I say, I sincerely hope you marry a nice man and have several children. And for the sake of my successor, I hope it's soon!
Is there a sale on? I would like a cake of Castile soap and a powder puff shampoo.
Goodbye, George. Maricheks won't be the same without you. Sorry to see you go. If I could ever help, let me know.
Do you have a lipstick? Guaranteed kiss from coconut.
Goodbye, George.
I wish there were time for a proper farewell.
But for now, good luck and goodbye, George. So long, please keep in touch. Do keep in touch, won't you?
Will he like me when we meet? Will the shy and quiet girl he's going to see be the girl that he's imagined me to be? Will he like me? Will he like the girl he sees? If he doesn't, will he know enough to know? Then I may always show. Will he like me? Will he know that there's a world of love waiting to warm him? How I'm hoping that his eyes and ears won't misinform him. Will he like me? Who can say? How I wish that we could meet another day. It's absurd for me to carry on this way. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got to. When I am in my room alone and I write me to worry so. I'll try not to. Will he like me? He's just got to. Will he like me? Will he like me?
Ladislav, have you got a pack of icicles over there?
I don't see any.
Could you please ask Mr. Kodai if he's got them?
Miss Ritter would like to know if you've got her icicles.
Icicles. Please tell her that's all I've been getting from her for several weeks.
He says that's all.
Oh, I heard him. Why else would I be laughing so uncontrollably?
Seapost, what do you think of a woman who goes with a man, tells him she loves him, and then suddenly drops him?
Before you answer that, Ladislav, what do you think of a man that breaks 3 dates with a girl in a little over a week?
A little over a week?
8 days?
Well, I don't recall 3 dates.
You don't recall anything. You never did.
Oh, you're so wrong, Alona. I recall our evenings together. I recall them very well. A little private booth at the Rathskeller. Oh, come on, Alona, let's go there tonight. You always loved the Rathskeller, the Chinese food, the gypsy fortune teller, and that rumble band. Alona, come with me, Alona. I've missed you so much. How I envy you each evening when work is through, for I have only me to be with while you have you. Without you, Ilona, how cold my lonely life has grown. Are you happy alone, Ilona? Ilona, my own.
Now the guy is hard at play. We'll never get out of here till New Year's Day. So happy New Year.
Come with me, Ilona. Come with me, Sherry. Oh, mistletoe, I long for someone. Please tell me who, like some divining rod, it points straight to you. Remember, Ilona, the sunny nights we knew before. If you just say the word, Ilona, we'll know them once more.
Up to me, guess who I would hang upon the Christmas tree?
This is where I came in, aiming the fox and the chicken are a team again.
Together, Ilona, we generate a spark that's rare. Why deny that it's there, Ilona? You feel it, I know. Let's help it to glow.
right, we'll go to the Rathskeller after all. But you better have lots of money, because I'm starved. Or is it going to be Dutch as usual?
No. My treat.
Can all go home now? Go home.
But the work isn't finished yet, sir.
We'll finish some other time.
Speaking for myself, Mr. Marichek, I wouldn't mind staying a little longer. You see, I'm already in the room.
I want everyone out as quickly as possible. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Marichek.
Ooh, it's only 9:30.
Arpad. What? Good news.
What?
You've been reprieved. Mr. Marichek says we can go.
Did you get my... Oh, you're all ready. I'll be just a minute. Arpad, could you get my things, please?
Alona, this is going to be a bit difficult to explain, but I won't be able to take you to the Rathskeller after all.
What?
Well, the fact is, I thought we were going to be working late tonight, but since it's canceled now, I just have to go to my previous appointment. You do understand, don't you, darling? Oh, I promise you, we'll go to the Rathskeller another night. Let's see. Tonight is Tuesday. How about next Monday? Alona, Sherry?
I resolve not to be so stupid. I resolve not to play these games. How often I've been a sitting duck for Cupid. How often I've let him shoot me down in flames.
Oh, just say it's all right, sweetheart.
I resolve not to be so trusting. It's high time that I awoke. Whatever I've got up here is up here rusting. My feminine intuition is a joke. I must be cousin to a cat. I always wind up with a rat. I'm through with momentary thrills. I find I can't afford the bill. I resolve, come what may, I will not be this girl one more day. I resolve not to be so brainless. I resolve not to be so dumb. My usual brush with love is far from painless. And suddenly I have got to know how come. I resolve not to blame the others just because I'm an easy mark. I want to know why I never meet their mothers. Where men are concerned, I'm always in the dark. I must stop thinking with my skin. I will not be a mandolin that someone strums and puts away until he gets the urge to play. I resolve here and now I will be a different girl somehow.
Bonislav,
George!
I've got to speak to you. Will you come with me to the Cafe Imperial tonight? It's urgent.
The Cafe Imperial?
She'll be sitting there, all alone. And on the table in front of her, there'll be a copy of Anna Karenina with a rose in it.
Oh, George, that's a romantic picture. Very romantic. Well, except for one thing.
One thing?
What am I doing there?
Oh, well, you're going to give her this note, which says I've been called out of town and will write to her as soon as possible.
And she won't be disappointed.
She'd be more disappointed if she saw me the way I am tonight. Please, Ladislav, will you give it to her?
Of course I will,
Great.
although...
Now, please, let's hurry. For all we know, she got tired of waiting and went home long ago.
Mr. Keller,
Mr. Marichek,
come in, please.
do we talk here?
Everyone's gone.
As I told you on the phone, sir, we completed our investigation.
Who sent this to me?
I'm afraid we don't know that, sir. Anonymous letters are difficult to track down. But we have checked its contents. And as you'll see here, we've been following Mrs. Marichek, and, well, there's no doubt she's involved with one of your clerks, just as the letter said.
And there's no doubt.
I'm sorry, sir.
I've known all along. I just had to be sure.
She's been visiting his apartment, number 17 Court Street. Each visit is listed. Would you care to have us do an investigation into Mr. Kodai?
Who?
Well, that's his name, Stephen Kodai.
But I thought...
Stephen Kodai, number 17 Court Street, 2nd floor, apartment 6.
Kodai? It's just that he hardly knows Mrs. Marichek. There's another clerk. One that's been to our house many times. I just naturally thought.
You'll read the report, sir. Will that be everything? Then I'll be saying good night.
Good night, Mr. Keller.
Good night, Mr. Marichek.
Marichek here. Ah, hello, love. So you'll be out late tonight. I see. Give her my best. No. Just a bit tired tonight. Of course. So do I. Goodbye, love.
Mr. Marichek? Mr. Marichek, you left. Don't, Mr. Marichek!
Oh, Lord, pray.
Sorry about that.
Evening. Who invited them? Whoever did it, I'm gonna tip them. Well, I'm gonna tip them. I'm not gonna tip the people who invited them. Hold my, do anything. Mind if I sit here? Thanks. Here, hold my candelabra. I want to watch this. You know, don't roses you normally have thorns? It must be very painful on his gums. Unless he flosses every day. I don't want to see those gums now. They got holes in them or not? I'm not sure. Well, thank you. Me and Candelabra have to leave now. Have a good night.
No, no. Ow.
Butterfingers, do that again. That's the end of your career. How do you do, sir? How do you do, madam? Don't you know we try to preserve a romantic atmosphere? Good to see you again, Mr. List. That's what all our patrons expect. So that every charming notes will be ruthlessly checked. Gently does it try to preserve a romantic atmosphere. Think of all the love affairs we assist. What's more noble calling is there than ours? Tending each new beautiful bud of love, making sure each delicate seedling flowers. Treat each tryst and rendezvous as your own, bearing in mind the gravity of your task. These lovers want is one shining hour. Is that such a terrible lot to ask? Go around and see for yourself the romantic atmosphere.
Victor.
Stephanie.
That's what all our patrons demand. It's the reason why they're here.
Victor. Hugo.
They all come here just for the mood. And if you don't believe me, try tasting our food. That's why we have got to preserve a romantic atmosphere.
Wait, where are you going? No. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Where are you? Miss, I'm not really the best dancer.
Where's Victor? Here's Greta!
Oh, my! Hey. This is your phone? I think this is your phone. What? What? Hey, what? Hey! That's mine! Shut up! Hey, this is not a dance hall. Get out! No, hey, are you drunk? I don't think you're supposed to be drinking that.
Such behavior won't be allowed. But every now and then we just get the wrong crowd. Gently does it try to preserve a romantic atmosphere.
where's the rose?
What?
The rose, where is it?
Oh, right.
That's a rose.
Oh, well, it's been in my pocket all day.
Let me have it.
Oh, no.
You've gone this far, go the rest of the way.
No! Just give her the note, Ladislav. And thank you. I really appreciate it.
Wait! Let's at least have a look at her.
You look at her. Please go. She's old. She's old and ugly and toothless, isn't she?
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
Well, there must be something wrong with her, terribly wrong.
Why?
I can see it in your face.
Well, the fact is, she's a very attractive girl.
Oh, she really is?
Absolutely.
But well, I think so.
Well, of course, that is a matter of personal taste. Let's see now, who does she look like?
Some film star, perhaps.
Oh, no. Let me think. More than anyone else, I'd say she looks like someone in the shop.
In our shop?
As a matter of fact, you know who? Miss Ballish. Yes, she looks very much like her.
Miss Ballish? Miss Amalia Ballish? I thought you said attractive.
Well, I think so. But of course, if you don't care for Miss Ballish, well, you're certainly not going to see for your girl.
They're that similar?
See for yourself.
Sorry.
You're just going to leave her there?
What do you suggest? Huh? You want me to tell her I'm the poor fool that wrote those letters? She'd make me the laughing stock of the city.
How? She wrote some too. Dear friend, I took you out of the box, I cut you open, and so on.
It's impossible.
What?
She didn't write those letters. She couldn't have.
You really think it's just a coincidence? She just happens to like this cafe. She just happens to be reading Anna Karenina. And she just happens to be using a rose as a bookmark in December.
But it's Miss Ballish. I can't be in love with Miss Ballish.
How do you know until you try?
I know her. There's got to be a mistake, Vladislav. There's just got to be.
Well, then talk to her. Find out.
No. She can't be, dear friend. She can't be. Can't she?
Go on, George.
Wait!
Oh. Mr. Novak?
Miss Ballish.
What are you doing here?
Celebrating. How about you?
I'm waiting for someone.
Ooh, anyone in particular?
Well, of course, Mr. Novak. What kind of girl do you think I am? Oh, never mind, Mr. Novak, I know.
May I sit down for a moment?
No, I'm afraid not.
You won't help me celebrate?
Celebrate?
My freedom, Miss Ballish. Just think of it. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I can sleep in as late as I like.
Mr. Novak, I told you that chair happens to be reserved.
You won't have one quick drink with me?
I can't.
One small farewell drink?
Well, it's very small and very quick.
Thank you, Miss Ballish. Well, here's to Marichek's Parfumery, and all the people who work there, and all the people who used to work there, and all the customers.
And that covers everything.
Good wine.
Mr. Novak, are you spying on me?
Spying?
Did you come here to see if I really had a date and I wasn't just making an excuse not to work tonight?
Miss Ballish, who would I be spying for? Marichek?
Mr. Novak, if you do not leave this table immediately, I'm going to have to call the waiter.
Yes, madam.
Oh, there you are.
May I put a word in? Just one word. Here at the Cafe Imperial, we try to preserve a romantic atmosphere, and I find it very difficult when you and your husband insist on arguing right to the middle of it. Can't you argue at home?
This is not my husband. This is a business associate.
Well then, why don't you two talk business someplace else? Yeesh.
You say you're meeting someone here. Someone you've known very long?
Will you leave?
It just doesn't seem right for a man to keep a lady waiting. All alone. in such a public
Will
place.
you please leave?
Even if he is an old friend. A dear friend.
I don't wish to discuss it with you, Mr. Novak.
What is the name of that tune? My mother used to sing it to me when I was a baby.
So did mine.
Oh, Miss Bolish, do you realize that we have just found something in common? At one time, we were both infants.
Yes, but I grew up.
I believe it's called Tango Tragique.
What if he's already been here? And seen us together and gone? I will never forgive you.
And what is this?
Oh, no, put that back.
Anna Karenina.
Yes, it's a book. By Leo Tolstoy, a Russian. Now, will you please put it back?
And what is this?
That's none of your business.
Miss Bolish, is it possible that you've never even met this man?
That's ridiculous.
Of course it is. Yet then again, some girls and some men do correspond with strangers. And sometimes, things turn out rather well. However, sometimes things turn out not so well. I remember a girl I used to know, she started writing to a man through, Lonely Hearts Club. Yes, they wrote for a while and then they decided to meet. I seem to recall that she used to have a flower in her book. And he used to have that same flower in his lapel. And they did recognize each other, I guess. The next day, the police found her left leg floating in the Danube. And you know, they never found the rest of her. Or her book.
At the count of 5, I'll scream. So you'd better go, and soon. 1.
I just want to talk to you, Miss Bolish.
Don't forget I've had some wine and nothing to eat since noon. 2.
Oh, we could go somewhere and grab a sandwich, maybe.
Dante once described all the depths of hell. If I have my way, you will know them well. 3.
Miss Bolish.
You are easily the most insensitive man alive.
You know, you surprise me.
I'm sorry, but I'm fighting for my life. 4.5. Will you go? Then 5.
Oh, you tried to ruin me. I warned you. Get out.
Hold on.
That's all. Get out.
Wait.
You two. Ladies, not screaming. Lunatics. That's all. Get out.
How dare you speak to a lady that way?
Ladies, not screaming cafes.
Well, I'm afraid you don't quite understand. You see, there was a fly in the wine.
What?
I said there was a fly in the wine! Yeah.
Show it to me.
Well, you see, that's quite impossible. I'm afraid the poor lady here swallowed it.
She swallowed it.
Now, wouldn't you scream?
Good God.
Really, Mr. Novak? No matter how much you despise me, or how unhappy you are, haven't you had enough revenge? I don't understand you.
How could you, Miss Bolish? You've never listened to me. You've never truly looked at me.
Oh, how wrong you are, Mr. Novak. I'm looking at you now. And shall I tell you what I see? A smug, pompous, petty tyrant, very sure of himself, and very ambitious. But I see him 10 years from now selling shampoo. And 20 years from now selling shampoo. And 30 years from now still selling shampoo, because basically, do you know what he is? Just a not very bright, not very handsome, not very young man with baldy hair and the personality of a python. Mr. Novak, I didn't mean all those things. Mr. Novak!
Don't call him. He'll come back. It's almost closing time.
Closing time? But I'm still waiting for someone who'll have a rose in his lapel.
To match the one in your book? How long have you been waiting?
Over 2 hours.
You're a very patient young lady.
I've waited for him all of my life. What's 2 hours?
Well then, this one's on the house. Good luck.
Thank you. You know, this is a very nice cafe.
Well, thank you. We do try to preserve a romantic atmosphere.
The flowers, the linen, the crystal icing were carefully chosen for people like me. The silver gleam and the candle glow. Your favorite songs on request. Each colorful touch in the finest of taste. And notice how subtly the tables are spaced. Music's muted, the lighting is low. No wonder I feel so depressed. Charming, romantic, the perfect cafe. Then, as if it isn't bad enough, a violin starts to play. Candles and wine, tables for two. But where are you, dear friend? Couples go past me, I see how they look. So discreetly sympathetic when they say the rose and the book. I make believe nothing is wrong. How long can I pretend? Please make it right. Don't break my heart. Don't let it end, dear friend.
We're closing up.
So soon?
I see your friend didn't show up.
I'm sure there's a very good reason.
Then he writes me. You'll make things up, and I hope you'll be very happy.
Thank you. Can I ask you something? You've seen so many of these situations. Does it ever happen that the girl is here and the young man comes in secretly and looks at her and then just goes away without writing or explaining? Does that ever happen?
Sometimes. And sometimes she sees him and walks away herself.
How heartbreaking that must be.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. You're a nice, charming lady. Not a beauty contest winner. You should see some of the others.
I make believe nothing is wrong. How long can I pretend? Please make it right. Don't break my heart. Don't let it end, dear
Come in.
I'm back.
Good. You can take that away.
Well, I did everything you told me to.
You went to the shop.
Here are the keys.
Table, please. What did you tell them about last night?
That you shot yourself accidentally, that you were cleaning your gun.
Good.
Then I delivered your message to Mr. Novak. Well, that is, I left it with his landlady. He was out.
Very good.
Oh, and something else. Miss Bolish is sick. Her mother called us. She won't be in today. And that's everything.
Arpad, you are a credit to your profession.
Well, thank you, Mr. Marichek. You know,
I'm not afraid of responsibility. I welcome it. In fact, I'd welcome a lot more.
I'll keep that in mind.
And I can't help but thinking Christmas is almost here. All of that Christmas shopping, we're going to be very short-handed around the shop.
We'll have to manage somehow.
But one more clerk would certainly come in handy.
What is it, Arpad? Do you know someone wanting a job?
Mr. Marichek, you've got to stop thinking of me as just a delivery boy. In a suit and a tie, I look old. And I've been training myself to be a sales clerk, training hard for 2 years.
Oh, you've been training.
I have trained myself, going shelf by shelf, and I know every item in the store. Every tube, jar, box, bottle, carton, and container, where they are, what they cost, what they're for. Although it is something you have never thought about, Mr. Marichek, try me. You need a man who knows the business inside out, Mr. Marichek. Try me. You need help, or I'd have never spoken. And why break someone in when I'm already broken? In this emergency, I wouldn't let you down, Mr. Marichek. Try me. Though I can see by the uncertain way you frown that you've asked yourself, why me? For first-class clerking and conscientious working, Mr. Marichek, why not try me?
All right. This jar of cream is sour, very sour. Take it back.
Yes. You wish to return this jar? Madam, certainly right you are. Madam, you say it smells like a drowned cat? Whew, it does it that. In Marichek's madam, we claim with pride, the customer must be satisfied. The customer must be satisfied. Oh, by the way, we have a special sale on autumn heather. Let me spray some on your hand. Here, we'll smell it together. It has the 3 elements of good perfume. Attractive to the nose, invisible to the eye, and functional. My wife has used it time and again. It's very appealing to us men. I use it myself every now and then.
I'll take it.
Certainly, madam. Oh, Miss Ritter. Miss Ritter? That's 20 and 6 for the autumn heather, 8 and 3 for the cream, 32 even for that bottle of Mermaid's Dream, 1 and 3 for the eyebrow pencil, 9 for the large shampoo, and then for the jar of greenback, that's 4 and 2 for you. Yeah! That's a total of 98, less 4 and 2 for the jar. Out of 100, whew, cha-ching, here's your change, 5 and 2. There you are, the biggest sale in several years, I believe. Thank you, madam, please call again. Glad I could help, here is my card. Thank you, madam, please call again. Do call again. Madam, I would gladly grow a mustache if you like, Mr. Marichek. Try me. Oh, I would even think of giving up my bike, Mr. Marichek. Try me. For first-class clerking and conscientious working, Mr. Marichek, why not try me?
Very impressive. You even managed to shortchange me.
Oh. Mr. Marichek?
George.
What happened?
He shot himself accidentally. He was cleaning his gun.
Arpad. Would you please leave us alone? Thank you.
Are you not in much pain, sir?
The only place that doesn't hurt is my left shoulder, where I shot myself.
Well, is there anything I can do?
No. There's something I must do. Something very important. If I could stand up, I'd come over, take you by the hand, and beg you to forgive me.
Oh, of course I forgive you, Mr. Marichek. Whatever happened, why ever it happened, I don't care.
You can't let me off that easy, George. I did a terrible thing, and there's absolutely no excuse. Or perhaps one. The jealousy of an old man.
Jealousy?
You've been having an affair with my wife.
What, an affair?
I have all the facts.
Mrs. Marichek can... No, it's not true!
I know it's not true. I know now. But last week, 2 weeks ago, I didn't know.
Mrs. Marichek can... Did you really think that I would actually...
That's just the point, George. I didn't think.
I can't get over it.
I'm sorry, my boy. But starting today, if you're willing, I'd like for you to take over the shop.
Of course. I'll at least keep the doors open until you're well enough to come back.
The keys are on the table. Oh, and now that you're the boss, if you'd like to discuss giving yourself a raise.
Well, I'll have a little talk with myself. And if I don't ask for too much, I may grant it.
Perfect, executive. Now you better get going. Arpad tells me you're going to be very short-handed today. Miss Bolish isn't coming in.
Miss Bolish, why not?
She's sick.
What's wrong with her?
He didn't say, but you'll have to manage without her and one other clerk, Mr. Kodai. I want you to fire him.
Fire him?
Yes. Just give him 2 weeks' salary.
Well, I didn't realize he was so unsatisfactory. He works hard.
Oh, at the wrong things.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Perhaps if you run into Mrs. Marichek, she'll explain it. George, seems I'm a bachelor again, just like you. Perhaps now we can take him to a cabaret.
But
Oh, I know. You never go to cabarets.
I'll stop by later with a full report.
Thank you, my boy. I'll be here.
Arpad, have you been thinking about me as a sales clerk?
Quite seriously, but there's one thing that puzzles me. You're so attached to your bicycle. How could you ever bear to part with it?
What if I didn't part with it? Altogether, I could be half delivery boy, half clerk.
Arpad, you just made a sale.
I did?
As of right now. And we can't call you Arpad anymore. I never knew your last name. You do have one.
Laszlo.
Welcome to Marichek's, Mr. Laszlo.
Mr. Laszlo, how you doing? It's me. Hello.
Now you better get going.
I'm on my way, and you can count on me. Goodbye, Mr. Marichek.
Goodbye, Arpad. All night circling the floor till dawn lit up the sky. No one younger than I.
Who is it?
Miss Bolish?
Who's there?
Miss Bolish?
Oh, just a minute. Oh, Mr. Novak.
I was in the neighborhood.
Well, did you think of something you forgot to say last night? Well, say it please and get it over with. I'm not feeling very well today.
I know you're not, that's why I'm here.
You knew I was sick? No.
Well, this will come as quite a shock to you, Miss Bolish, but the fact is I'm back in Marichek's.
Back at Marichek's?
As of this morning.
And you've come to see if I'm really sick, is that it?
No.
So you can tell everybody that there's not a thing wrong with me?
No.
That I just don't care about my job?
No.
Well, Mr. Novak, you are not going to have that chance. What time is it? I will be very late. Where's my other shoe? Help me find my other shoe. Don't just stand there like that. Where's my shoe?
Lie
Let me
down.
find my shoe. I can't leave until I do. Oh, will you give me my hat? Where's my shoe?
Please, Miss Bolish, lie down.
I hate to disappoint you. Now that you've got your hopes up, the real to be doing something mean.
Miss Bolish, do be
Just tell me
sensible.
if it's cold out. God help me pick a sweater. I can't decide on white or green.
Now, Miss Polish, you're sick and you ought to lie
Don't
down.
put my shoe! That's a sneaky thing to do. You don't want me to go, do you? I can see right through you. Where's my shoe?
Shouldn't be on your feet.
Where's my shoe?
You're a good girl and you're bad.
Right. If I were a shoe, where would I have gotten to? Well, if I were a shoe, I'd be there.
Please, Miss Polish, lie
Is
down.
it very cold? Yes, you told me it was cold. Tell me, what kind of dress should I wear?
You have fever, I
I
think.
couldn't wear a sweater. That wouldn't suit my mood now. I feel like wearing something gay.
Miss Polish, you're
I feel like so
so
much better. I feel so gay and giddy. One shoe and I'll be on my way.
You are going to bed, which is where you belong.
See, there is nothing wrong with me. I am going. You can't stop me. Oh, stop it now, please stop me. Where's me?
No, you're not leaving this room.
Where's my shoe?
Be a good girl and go back to bed. I brought you something. See for yourself.
What is it?
Vanilla ice cream. It's the best thing in the world when you're sick.
Oh, it's from Linder's. My mother works at Linder's. She may have waited on you.
A small, stout woman?
Oh, no, the image of me, everyone says, only much younger looking. There's something wrong with this ice cream.
There is?
There's so much salt in it.
Well, are you surprised all those tears falling in it?
Oh, you're right. I better cry in the other direction.
Why cry at all?
How little you understand, Mr. Novak. I'm like a rag doll and someone's kicked out all the stuffing.
Oh, but you'll soon fill up again, good as new.
You're looking at a very disillusioned girl, Mr. Novak.
You know, I'll never forgive myself for the way I acted last night. I must have been drunk.
But strangely enough, you were right, Mr. Novak. When you said that I had never met the man I was waiting for, he was just someone who'd been writing letters to me. Such glorious letters.
And he never showed up.
I waited until closing.
I feel very responsible.
Oh, no, Mr. Novak. There could have been so many reasons. But if he cared at all, he would have written a letter. A note, 2 words, something.
Definitely.
No.
Miss Polish, he will write.
I don't think
And I'm not
so.
just guessing, I know it definitely.
No.
He told me himself.
He himself?
Yes, dear friend, no one else.
Oh, dear friend! Oh, Mr. Novak, tell me!
Well, let's see now.
Oh, yeah.
When I left the cafe last night, I had the oddest feeling that someone was following me. And when I turned around, there was
A young man?
a man. And when I got closer to home, he came up and began asking questions about you and me.
Oh, what sort of questions?
Just what you would expect.
I want to know the words he said.
You see, I'm not very good at remembering exact words.
Try. Please.
Let's see. I believe the first thing he said was, "Excuse me, but I would like to ask you a question." Or something like that.
Okay.
And then he said, "Did you just leave the Cafe Imperial? Do you want to know what I said too?"
Of course.
All right, I said yes.
Oh, and then?
And then he said, "Tell me, that girl you're with, is she a special friend of yours?" Those are his exact words. Special friend. And I said, "No, we just work at the same shop. As a matter of fact, she has an appointment with someone tonight." I remember very clearly now. And then I remember he suddenly looked quite sad.
He looked sad?
Quite sad. And then he said, "I know she has an appointment, it's with me, but I have to take the next train out of town on urgent business."
Urgent business. Do you think he's a manufacturer or a shop owner?
Well, it's hard to say. He certainly looked well fed.
Well fed?
Judging by appearances, naturally. Although, that's not so unusual in a man his age. You have some wonderful books here, Miss Polish. The red and the black. I'm so anxious to read this. Say, may I borrow it sometime?
What do you mean?
I beg your pardon?
You said that's not so unusual in a man his age. How old is he?
Well, you realize it was a very dark night. And he had had an exhausting day, emotionally at any rate. I guess his age at about 50, 7. You know, it's hard to say. Quite possibly if he had some hair. Have you read The Magic Mountain?
What?
The Magic Mountain. I bought it for myself for my birthday. I'll lend it to you if you like.
Is he completely bald?
Does that matter? I thought you were in love with him.
I am in love with him, Mr. Novak. I am. I hoped. I am so ashamed of myself. As if appearances made a difference. The important thing is the letters. And just look at all the immortal works of art, the rapturous love stories that were written by elderly men. Bald men. Fat men. With terrible tempers and indigestion. But inside, they had the magic. And that is a glory beyond estimation.
You put it very well, Miss Ball.
I feel very well. I feel marvelous. Thank you for coming here today. Thank you for my life. I'm going to write a letter to him, so we'll have one waiting. But I won't mention you, since that might be embarrassing.
Yes, I would appreciate that. Well, I should be getting back to the shop.
And I'll follow as soon as I've written a letter.
No. There's no need for that. Take the rest of the day off. Relax. Read a book. Have you finished Anna Karenina yet?
Oh, yes, a long time ago.
So have I, but you know, it's remarkable how it stays with me. Every platform, every station platform with the train puffing in is Anna's platform, wherever she may be. And I can see her, actually see her come out of the crowd and walk slowly towards her death. I've even tried to reach out and stop her a few times, but she always vanishes in the smoke and steam.
How odd, Mr. Novak, how very odd. You know, in one of his letters, I wish I could show it to you.
You mean dear friends had the same experience?
More than once.
Well, goodbye, Miss Polish.
Goodbye. Oh, Mr. Novak, can I tell you something quite sincerely? I like you, Mr. Novak, really. I like you.
Thank you, Miss Polish. See you in the morning.
In the morning. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together, you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream. He brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Imagine that ice cream. And for the first time we were together without a splash. Friendly, he was so friendly. I didn't like him. I'm simply stunned. Oh, one does never cease. Well, one does never cease. It's been the most peculiar day. Well, one does never cease. Well, one does never cease. Oh, where was I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare. We were together. You and I will laugh at last night someday. I sat there waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fat. That you were near. You were outside looking bald. Oh, dear friend. I am so sorry about last night. much like this, George. This is on you, George, that I don't know. Somehow, it all reminds me of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When right before my eyes, a man that I despise has turned into a man I like. It's almost like a dream, and strange as it may seem, he came to offer me
Will wonders never cease? I didn't like her. Didn't like her, I couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand her, I wouldn't have her. I never knew her, but now I do. And I could, and I would, and I know. She loves me, and to my amazement, I love it, knowing that she loves me. She loves me, true she doesn't show it. How could she, when she doesn't know it? Yesterday she loathed me, now today she likes me, and tomorrow, my teeth ache from the urge to touch her. I'm speechless, for I mustn't tell her. It's wrong now, but it won't be long now before my love discovers that she and I are lovers. Imagine how surprised she's bound to be. She loves me. She loves me. I love her, isn't that a wonder? I wonder why I didn't want her. I want her, that's the thing that matters. And matters are improving daily. Yesterday I loathed her, now today I love her. And tomorrow, I'm tingling, such delicious tingles. I'm trembling, what the hell does that mean? I'm freezing, that's because it's cold out. And still I'm incandescent, and life's some adolescent. I'd like to scrawl on every wall I see. She loves me. She loves me.
Ah, the new Mr. Marichek. Not so impressive. Too young. Too skinny.
Oh, I think he's beautiful. Welcome back, George.
Congratulations, George.
Excuse me. I could use some help in there. We do have customers, you know.
Ah, that reminds me. I need to have a word with Mr. Kodai.
Isn't it wonderful?
A miracle. An absolute miracle. A word with Mr. Kodai.
Who cares about him? That's all in the past.
It is.
Ever since last night. You remember what a silly, confused girl I was last night?
You were?
Oh, very. I didn't know what to do or where to go. And suddenly my feet started walking down the street, across the bridge, past the Metropole Cinema. And do you know where?
Where?
Right into the library.
The library?
Can you imagine?
Well, how did you like it?
You've never seen such a place. So many books. So much marble. And so quiet. And suddenly all of my confidence dribbled away with a pitiful plop. My head was beginning to swim and my forehead was covered in cold perspiration. I started to reach for a book and my hand automatically came to a stop. I don't know how long I stood frozen, a victim of panic and mortification. Oh, how I wanted to flee. When a kindly voice, a gentle voice, whispered, "Pardon me."
Pardon me?
Uh-huh. And there was this dear, sweet, clearly respectable, thickly bespectacled man who stood by my side and quietly said to me, "Ma'am, don't mean to intrude, but I was just wondering, are you in need of some help?" I said, "No, yes I am." The next thing you know, I'm sipping hot chocolate and telling my troubles to Paul, whose tender brown eyes kept sending compassionate looks. A trip to the library has made a new girl of me, for suddenly I can see the magic of books. I'll have to admit, in the back of my mind, I was praying he wouldn't get fresh. And all of the while, I'm wondering why an illiterate girl should attract him. Then all of a sudden, he says that I couldn't go wrong with the way of all flesh. Of course, it's a novel, but I didn't know her. I certainly wouldn't have smacked him. Well, he gave me a smile that I couldn't resist. And I knew at once how much I liked this optometrist.
Optometrist?
Optometrist. You know what this dear, sweet, slightly bespalved gentleman said to me next? He said he could solve this problem of mine. I said, how? He said if I liked, he'd willingly read to me some of his favorite things. I said when? He said now. His novel approach seemed highly suspicious and possibly dangerous too. I told myself, wait, think, dare you go up to his flat? What happens if things go wrong? It's obvious he's quite strong. He read to me all night long. Now how about that? It's hard to believe how truly domestic and happily hopeful I feel. I picture my Paul there, reading aloud as I cook. As long as he's there to read, there's quite a good chance indeed. A chance that I'll never need to open a book. Unlike someone else, someone I dimly recall, I know he'll only have eyes for me. My optometrist, Paul.
Well, I might as well tell you, Mr. Kodai is leaving us. I'm afraid right now. Mr. Marichek's orders.
Why? I mean, it's nice, but what happened?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Oh, I bet I know. I warned him they'd catch up with him. Do you know that half the perfume and toilet water in this shop ended up in his bathroom? I mean, he told me.
Oh, incidentally, now that you're back, George, and everything's straightened out, well, I might as well tell you, I wrote the anonymous letter.
Vladislav? What anonymous letter?
You didn't know? I wrote to Mr. Marichek about his wife and one of our clerks.
I don't believe you.
I was desperate, George, and business was so bad. So I thought to myself, if he fires Mr. Kodai, who deserves it, he may not fire me, who doesn't.
Do you realize how much trouble you've caused?
I'll regret it to the day I die. But who ever dreamed Mr. Marichek would think I meant you?
Well, Vladislav, I just hope you've learned your lesson.
Oh, I have, George. Believe me, I have. And in the next letter, name the names.
That's not... I need 2 weeks' pay for Mr. Kodai.
Oh, here it is. No, my pleasure.
Do you carry flowers of spring?
Mr. Sipos, guess what?
What?
I'm a clerk.
Well, congratulations, Arpad.
Mr. Marichek just promoted me. Oh, and something else. I'm not Arpad anymore.
Oh, you're not? Who are you?
Mr. Laszlo.
Why, Laszlo?
It's my last name.
Thank you, madam. Please call again. Do call again, madam. Miss Ritter, may I present our new clerk, Mr. Laszlo?
It's true. Ask Mr. Marichek.
Arpad, how wonderful.
What's wonderful?
I'm a clerk, starting right now. A clerk.
Can you believe it? Stephen Kodai replaced by a delivery boy.
Replaced?
That's right, Arpad, I'm leaving. I just resigned. I wouldn't stay here another minute.
Well, you couldn't. You've just been fired.
Okay, believe that if it makes you happy, but you won't be happy for very long. Because any day now, that door will close for the last time. And just take a walk over to Hammerschmidt's.
But why? It's closed.
Only temporarily for renovations. You see, they're going to have a new owner. Stephen Kodai.
Some owner.
Well, nevertheless, it's true. Alona believes me, don't you, darling?
Oh, of course I do. Here's your down payment.
It's been grand knowing you, grand knowing you, grand being your friend. You've been kind, loyal, and so generous, right down to the end. Please don't grieve watching me leave. That would be much too painful to stand. It's been fun, now I must run, but it's been grand, perfectly grand. Ilona, farewell, Sherry, be brave. Chin up, it's been sublime. You mustn't waste the precious moments over me. You don't have time. Just remember when you're lonely or blue, there's a hollow in my pillow for you. And Cephos, what can I say? Ah, Cephos. No tears, be gay, you know. Old friends, I'm in your debt. I owe you more than I can possibly repay. I won't forget. Give your wife a little kiss from Kodai. I never met her, but I will. By and by. Though I hate leaving your warm, intimate club. It's a small pleasure, but I'll treasure each warm, intimate snub. It's been grand, let me say, au revoir, not goodbye. For it's grand knowing you'll all be working for your friends. Kodai! On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. My true love gave to me.
Good morning, Mr. Novak.
Ah, good morning, Miss Polish. How are you feeling today?
Ready for thousands of customers.
Only 12 days to go.
Plenty of time to do your Christmas shopping. These are the people who shop in time, plenty of time. These are the people with time to spare to shop at their convenience. 12 days to Christmas, 12 days to Christmas. Look at the way they do their Christmas shopping. They can go shopping and still remain calm and sedate. These are the people we envy and the people that we hate. Thank you, please call again, do call again, thank you.
What a day, eh, Mr. Novak?
It certainly was, Miss Polish.
Oh, thank you for the book. It was excellent.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Will you be taking the bus home today, Miss Polish?
Yes, I will.
May I walk you to the bus stop?
I'd like that, Mr. Novak.
12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping 9 days to Christmas, 9 days to Christmas. Still no time to do your Christmas shopping. These are the people who shop in time, still no time. Sensible people who organize their time at their disposal. 9 days to Christmas, 9 days to Christmas. Still no time to do your Christmas shopping. These are the people who plan their days wisely and well. These are the people who shop in time and they can go to hell. Thank you, please call again, do call again, thank you.
Are you in a very great hurry today, Miss Polish?
Oh, no, not at all.
I was thinking maybe a cup of coffee on the way to the bus.
I'd love that, Mr. Novak.
So would I.
It's maids of milking salads, swans of sleigh, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings. 4 days to Christmas, 4 days to Christmas. Just the time to do your Christmas shopping. These are the people who shop at time, best of time, every time. These are the people who calculate with clinical precision. 4 days to Christmas, 4 days to Christmas. These are the folks who never waste a second. Full of chili efficiency, load and roll. Never curly, never late, and they're the worst of all. Thank you, please call again, do call again, thank you.
What a day.
Just wait until the 24th.
The 24th! One day Christmas, 1 day Christmas, that time to do Christmas shopping. When the shop will take the time, when the sheep will walk the time, when the people shop the time, now we're up. We're the people who always wait until it's much too late. 1 day to Christmas, 1 day to Christmas, how will we ever do our Christmas shopping? 1 day for life so long, we'll never go. Some of the family may not get a Christmas gift at all. Thank you, please call again, do call again, thank you. Merry Christmas.
We did it.
Out the door. Here it is.
Not bad. Not bad. That's at least 18 inches longer than last year.
Oh, if only every night were Christmas Eve.
Oh, I don't think I could take it. I haven't stopped for a minute.
I waited on 53 customers personally.
If only Mr. Maritek were here to see this.
Oh, well, I'll stop by the hospital tonight and I'll take this with me. Well, Ladislav, it's finally happening. Tonight's the night she's inviting me home for Christmas Eve.
Oh, splendid.
Why, splendid, I can't go. Tonight's the night she's finally going to meet dear friend.
But your dear friend.
Oh, that's just the point.
I give up. It's too complicated for me. You want to untangle it, George? Shoot yourself.
Oh, Amalia, my friend is coming to pick me up. Could you let me know when he gets here?
Mother and I'd be so happy if you would join us for Christmas Eve.
Miss Polish,
It's a very special Christmas Eve. You know who's going to be here? Dear friend.
Who?
Oh, dear friend, the man who I've been corresponding with.
Oh, right. Well, I certainly don't want to intrude.
Intrude? You'd be helping. I mean, you met him, and you know him, and really, you're so alike. You can help me when the conversation gets a little too deep for me. Please, Mr. Novak?
Well, I just hope this isn't a mistake, Miss Polish.
I know it's not.
Look who it is, Mr. Maritek.
Where else would I be Christmas Eve?
Merry Christmas, sir.
You did all that in one day?
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Maritek.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice. Merry Christmas, Mr. Maritek.
Merry Christmas, Miss Ritter. Tell me, have you time for a drink?
Ooh, champagne? I'll make time.
Ah, Mr. Maritek, such a surprise.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Seapost. Can you bring us 6 cups?
Champagne.
Yes, sir.
I love opening champagne.
How are you feeling, sir?
Fine. Excellent evening.
The goblets.
The champagne. Shall I pour?
Of course.
Thank you.
It's good to be home. Arpad,
Yes.
grow the mustache.
The toast, Mr. Maritek?
Christmas Eve, the shop, all of us, together.
Merry Christmas. May I?
Of course. Tell me, George, what do you think of a gala dinner? Perhaps we'll go to some nice restaurant. Weber's, perhaps.
I wish I could, Mr. Maritek.
But you weren't expecting me. I understand.
I've been invited by Miss Polish.
Don't give it another thought, my boy. It's not that important.
Is that? Oh, I think it is. Oh,
He's here, Miss Ritter's friend.
isn't he handsome?
Intelligent looking.
I love the way he walks.
And look at that coat, that hat.
Is he rich?
I don't know.
Well, he's much better than Code I, I'll say that.
I love his eyes.
Oh, he's an optometrist. He to say yes. That settles it. Tonight, when he asks me to marry him, I'm going to say yes.
Tonight, Ilona, I had no idea.
Neither does he. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Christmas.
Good evening.
Youth. Well, Mr. Maritek, thank you for the champagne. And now my wife and children are waiting for me. And my wife's sister. And her children. And God knows who else. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Tell me, Arpad, are you
sir.
busy tonight?
Oh, sir.
Yes, you are. You're going to Weber's.
Weber's? What is that?
George, Arpad and I are going for a night out on the town.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Maritek.
Merry Christmas, Miss Polish.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas, George.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Novak.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Laszlo.
I'm going to Weber's.
Oh.
Tell me, Mr. Laszlo, is there anything special you'd like for Christmas?
I'm not going to get it anyway.
You can at least tell me.
Well, it's too much to hope for, sir. I don't want to...
What is it?
Well, what I've wanted more than anything is a motorcycle!
Oh, Pat, my boy, you're right. You won't get it.
Oh, here, let me help you with that. A cigarette box.
I know you hate them, but I rather like them, and I thought it was a gift for dear friend.
But what if he's not a smoker?
Well, he likes music.
And it's just a box. You know, Miss Polish, I don't hate these boxes nearly as much as I used to. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind owning one myself.
You wouldn't.
If only to remind me of the first day you came here, remember? I'll never forget it. What's this box for, madam? It's for candy and it's functional.
I was so terrified. You were so awful. Did I really sound like that?
You sounded irresistible. As a matter of fact, I remember thinking to myself, why, that's almost the kind of woman I could fall in love with.
But you were so awful.
I know.
And you never said anything.
How could I? I knew how you felt.
But you didn't, really. You didn't. Because I was attracted to you. More than attracted.
Awful as I was.
Shame you never spoke up.
And you.
Who knows what might have been.
I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way. But together you and I will laugh at last night someday.
Dear friend, it's really true then. It's what I'd hoped for, that it was you.
Dear friend, I had to tell you I couldn't stand it until you knew. 2 weeks, I've known for 2 weeks. I was so tempted, I didn't dare. I wanted you to know. I thought you might have guessed. I couldn't wait another day.
Thank you, please call again. Glad that you came on very well. Thank you, please call again. Call
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this beautiful day? Isn't this a beautiful morning?
Very.
Hey, C-Post, how's this?
That's an awfully elegant pose, but is all that elegance necessary?
And why not? I represent Marichex, don't I? We're not a butcher shop or a hardware store. We're a perfumery, and that means we're
stylish.
That's it.
With a quiet dignity.
Yes, and we get the tilt of our hats right.
That's right.
When I ride my bike, people see what Marichex like. So I think it's very important that I look my best.
And how many people have you run over today?
Not one.
Well, it's early.
Here comes Miss Ritter. She spent the night with Mr. Kodai.
Again?
They always kiss goodbye at the newsstand. Then she walks around the block to make us think she's been home.
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this glorious day? Have you seen a lovelier morning?
Never.
Oh, it's too nice a day to be inside shuffling soap. I have no more energy whatsoever. Anybody mind if I take the day off? Arpad, why aren't you old enough to take me away from all of this?
I'm old enough.
Well, then marry me, and I'll quit my job. No, I'm afraid you're not really quite old enough.
Well, it won't be long, though. I'm catching up. You know, Miss Horvath always used to say that I'd get to be 35 before you ever did. What?
Good morning.
Good day.
How are you this radiant day? What a rare, magnificent morning.
Is it?
Ah, good morning, my dear. How are you this ravishing day? Do you know you've never looked more exquisite?
Thank you, kind sir.
What a lovely dress.
It's the same dress you had on yesterday, Mr. Kodai.
Ah, Mr. Novak.
Good morning.
Good day.
Isn't that a beautiful sky? What a perfect sample of summer weather. It's too nice a day to be indoors counting out change. What a waste of holiday weather. All together, let's all run away.
Wouldn't it be something if we all took off from work?
Leaving Mr. Maricheck without a single clerk.
Why not have a picnic?
I could bring my wife's preserves.
Champagne might be nice with hot hors d'oeuvres.
It's too nice a
It's too
day
nice
to
a
be stuck
day
inside of the
to be stuck
store.
inside of a
We should all be
store.
getting our
We should all be
faces
getting our
suntan.
Suntan.
It's so nice a
It's so
day
nice
to be
a
cozy
day
under a
to
tree.
be under a tree.
And we'll all be out of a job.
If it costs that much to get suntanned.
I'll stay untanned.
Pale but solvent.
A picnic?
A picnic.
Oh, well.